Second example, crowdsourcing, which is, I mean, you're all familiar with the story. It began with some Guardian reporters anxious about the tone of the way that the police were talking about this in advance. They went out and talked to all the protesters rather than just accepting this narrative that this was going to be a very violent event. And then what happened was a piece of conventional reporting by a reporter who doesn't look like that, actually looks like that. That's Paul Lewis on the Guardian. And on the day of the event, he was virtually the only person who actually highlighted the death of Ian Thompson. And we started asking questions about the piece of this event. The police response, well, you know, and that's how it was reported mostly in the other papers. But Paul Lewis just kept plugging away. He went down to the scene, he traced the steps, he drew maps, he tried to work out the timings of it all, and he kept publishing stories that week. Really just announcing himself. And of course what happened next was that we wake up to the modern notion of the crowd, and every one of those little pink triangles is a camera. So there are thousands of reporters in any crowd nowadays. And all those people started searching through their cameras and their digital records of what happened that day. And eventually a hedge fund manager in New York, I'm guessing wasn't a natural Guardian reader, got in touch with Paul Lewis, not with the police, not with the IPCC, but with a mainstream media organisation who were supposed not to trust anymore. And said, I think I have captured the moment at which Ian Thompson was attacked. And we put that up on our website. And strangely, the next thing that happened was that the IPCC, the regulator, came around to the Guardian office and asked us to take it down. But I think the hedge fund manager was right to come to the Guardian and not to the regulator, who showed little interest in this event up to that point. So again, it was a piece of conventional reporting and a piece of tapping into the resources of a crowd, using that together. And in both these examples so far, that kind of digital activity is happening. There are plenty of bloggers writing about tax avoidance who have, over the years, had some effect, but not very effective, not much effect. And there was nothing to stop, and indeed people were publishing these pictures, but it needed the amplification of an industry organisation in order to have that cut through and impact. What I like about this is that it takes, I think, the Guardian right back to its foundations of Peterloo, because the story of the Guardian is that the man called John Edward Taylor was in the crowd that day. He thought this is an attack on people who were making a peaceful protest. The story of this needs to be told before the magistrates get their version of events out. The Times report was there too, that he'd been locked up. And so John Edward Taylor got his account on the carriage to London that night, and it was published in the London papers. And he then thought, well, actually, why don't I start a newspaper? And that's how the Guardian was started. And I think there's a direct link between that act of reporting and what all this was doing there.